Hello, dear creatives. Welcome back to class. So I have this Zara cap idea that I want to make using ASO OKE, and these are the materials I'm going to be using to make it. Okay, you don't need a lot of ASO OKE to make this design. So if you have like 1.5 aware or 1.5 stripe, it will be enough to make this design. So you're going to need your foam. This is quarter inch foam, and you're going to need your Mako. Sorry, this is not Mako, this is carryboard. This is Mako right here. If you're familiar with making Zara cap a lot, you know that this is a material that you must not miss. So this is your carryboard, and I'm going to show you the measurement of what I have right here. I'm just introducing you to the material. And you're also going to be needing your crinoline. This is 6 inches width crinoline for your bow. And then you're going to be doing some gluing. And finally, you're going to need your sewing machine for this project as well. So now that I've introduced the materials, you can just stay with me so I show you the measurements before we move to the next stage. This is the carryboard I'm going to be using. And this Zara cap has layers in front. So I'm going to show you the length of the carryboard first before I show you the fabric or the ASO OKE. Can you use material or fabric to make this design? I think so, but you have to try it out to be able to know whether it will work or not. So I have 3 pieces. Let's start from the widest piece so that you can understand. So the widest piece here is 1.7. Am I correct? 1.7. 1.7 is more than 1.5, but it's not up to 2 inches. So the length is 30 inches. So the length of the tree is 30 inches. So this is the widest piece. Don't forget, I said 3 pieces. This is piece 1. Then the next to it is 1.25, 1.25 by 30 as well, by 30 inches long. And the last piece is the smallest piece, and it is 1 inch by 30 inches long. So I'm done with the carryboard. Let's go to the ASO OKE. Your Zara cap is going to require a base, and usually what we do is we join 2 pieces together, or you can join 3 pieces side by side together. So this piece is the normal width of ASO OKE, but the length of this piece is 28 inches. You understand why I made it 28 inches. This Zara cap is not going to have Velcro, it's not going to have belt, and the method I'm going to use today is something different from what you're probably used to before. So that's the first piece. The second piece is also 28 inches. So if you know how to use the sewing machine, all you're going to do is just go to the sewing machine, place these 2 pieces on each other, and then you can join it together. So it becomes 1 piece before you attach your Mako. Okay, so you join your piece. Now to the measurement of the Mako. If you're a beginner here, I would suggest that you check my page to see how to make Zara cap base, because I'm not sure if I'm going to show you that detail, but I'll see if it is possible so that you can just grab everything all at once. So this is 2.5 inches Mako, and the length is not your regular 18 inches. The length here is 25 inches long. So I'll put this aside. I told you this Zara cap is going to have a bow. This is the piece that I'm going to be using for my bow, and it is, let's measure it together. This is 31 inches long, 31 inches long, and this is where I'm going to be infusing my crinoline. I will show you how to do that later in this video, but let's go to the final part of the Zara cap base. This is the ASO OKE that I have cut into 3 pieces. So let's imagine that this ASO OKE was still like this. So you fold your ASO OKE into 3 equal parts, and then I split it into 3. That is what I have here. But let me measure the length for you to see how it looks like. So the length of the ASO OKE before splitting it, is 37. So 37 inches. 37 inches, then I split it into 3 equal parts because I'm going to be needing it to wrap my carryboard. Sure, you understand how everything is coming together. This is to wrap this 1, 2, 3 piece. The base, by the time we join these 2 bases together, we're going to use it to create your Zara cap base. And then we're going to use this small piece of fabric with the crinoline inside to make your bow. Now, I'm going to come back to the part where this foam comes in. I don't want you to get lost, so let's take it one step at a time. Next step is to go to the machine, join these 2 pieces together, and form my Zara cap base. So this is the Zara cap base. It is still inside out. So when you are done, you're going to start gathering from the part where your marco ended. If you touch this now, this is where the marco is ending. And I'm going to gather it. If you have a weaving machine, this is the best time for you to weave it. Or you can use your bias to ensure that this part here looks neat. I'm still going to loosen this and ensure that I weave it to make it neat. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I don't want it to be too long. So I'm just going to skip that part and move on to the next part. So you can see how I gather it all the way. And one hack that I want you to memorize in this video is that when your Zara cap base is not long at the back here, don't pull it tightly. You notice how I pulled from here to here, but from the other part here, I just pull it lightly, allow some space, and then you can tie a knot at the end of it, and then cut off your excess thread. So let's turn this inside out so you can see how it looks like. Now, this Zara cap is not going to have a belt. The back is completely sealed. Can you see how it looks? So, and this is the reason why I cut my marco to be 25 inches long, so that it can accommodate any head size, whether the person is wearing a wig or not. So I'll leave this aside. Let's go to our bow. So this is our bow fabric right here. There are two things you can do. Is either you put your crinoline on top of it like this, and then you sew it side by side before you fold your fabric or you fold your ASO OKE. That's one method that can work. Or you can make it halfway, place your crinoline halfway, sew it all the way or pin it down, fold the ASO OKE on top of it before you sew it down. Ensure that this edge here, you fold it in on both sides so that this part can look really neat and nice. So I made up my mind to use the full method. So I'll take this to the sewing machine just like this, sew it all the way. The crinoline can stretch, can you see? So when you are sewing, you stretch it a little bit so that the edges can be hidden inside the ASO OKE. So you can pin this down first of all so that you can flip it on each other before you sew. If you don't want to sew twice or you don't want to have double stitch line. So I'm going to do that, come back to show you how it looks like before we move on to the next stage. So this is the bow. The crinoline is already sealed inside this fabric or inside this ASO OKE. So when we get to the finishing part, I'll show you how to just create a very nice looking bow. But for now, let's put this aside. So I'm going to move on to covering the carryboard. So we'll start one after the other. But please bear in mind, we have three sizes, the bigger one, the medium, and the small size. You see this small size, just leave it out. That's the one that will have the foam. But the other two, which is the medium size and the bigger size, we're going to wrap it with the ASO OKE. So what I'm going to do for one is what I'm going to do for the other ones. So I'm going to take just one piece and then wrap it for you to see. We'll wrap it all the way till the end. And I'm going to do the same wrapping for the bigger size. So when I'm done wrapping this, I will show you how it looks like. Then I will show you what is going to happen to the 1-inch width carryboard. So this is what I have right here. Can you see? This is the bigger one. I wrapped it very well. And this is the smaller one. I wrapped it well. So I will leave these two pieces aside. Now let's talk about this last piece. So this is the last piece. And I'm going to be needing my foam to cover it up because I want that last piece to look puffy, not as flat as the other one. Do you understand? So I'm going to place it like this in the middle, apply my glue to the center, and then fold this over it. Can you see? So I like to always start from one side. So you start from the first side, fold it in. Can you see? So you continue all the way to the end, fold it in, See how it looks. So the other part, you're going to also apply glue, and then you fold it over. Don't worry about the excess. I'm going to cut the excess later when this is dry. But this has given my mako a puffy look. So when I'm done, I'm going to wrap it to the fabric the same way I did for the other two. So I'm just going to do this behind the scenes so as not to make this video too long. And when I'm done, I'll come back to show you how it looks like before we move on to the next stage. So at the end of the day, this is what we have: a cap and two flat pieces. This is piece one, piece two, and then the puffy piece. Can you see? And then your bow. So these are the three different parts of the Zara cap. You notice how we started very chaotic, but at the end of the day, everything is now put together. So if you have been skipping this video, you have to go back and go and watch for better understanding. So now we're going to put all these pieces together, starting from the widest piece. Now take note, this is the back of the cap. This is the back of the Zara cap. We're not going to be ending the tip of this at the back. No, we're going to end it at the side, depending on where you want it to be. So let's say you want this to be on your left hand side. I want my bow to stand at the left hand side. So let me assume this is facing me. So I want my bow to be around here. So this is where I'm going to end. So I think I should just do like a marking. So where I want it to end, here. So I want my bow to sit on the side. So I'm going to start with the first one. You start from here. Let me see. Okay. This is the top part of your Zara cap. I'm going to shift this wider piece. I'm going to shift it downwards so that it's on the same level or almost on the same. Okay, let's shift it up a little so that it looks like layers. Okay, so this will look like one layer. This will look like the second layer, right? So let's do it like that. So I'm going to shift it and I'm going to use my glue. Just apply your glue and then you start to place it down. Can you see that? So this is our first layer, and I like the fact that it is flat. You apply some glue and then you place it down. So I'm still checking my layers. I want to ensure that I have equal layers from side to side. You see that? So I'm going to glue this all the way. So this is the back. I'm going to overlap it. I'm going to glue on top of it. There is no belt, there's no Velcro. And that is the idea and the concept of this Zara cap. And that is the reason why I increased the length of the mako. So eventually I've gotten to the end. So I'm going to glue it down and cut off the excess piece of fabric. This is my paper scissors. Can you see? Good. So now let's go to the second layer. To attach the second layer, I'm going to start from the same side. Ensure that you're always checking for the top and the bottom so that you don't glue this thing wrongly. So I'm going to start by placing it here. You see the layer on top of it. So like maybe ½ inch, depending on you actually, depends on what you want. So this looks like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. So I'm still going to repeat the process. Apply some glue, place it down, and just glue it all the way around, the same way I did for the first one. So this is the second layer. Now to the last layer. So this last layer is going to be on top of the two layers like this. So it's going to sit at the tip. Can you see? It's going to stay like that all the way. So I'm going to repeat the same process. Start here. I'm going to start here, glue it down, glue all the way down. And then when I'm done, it's just going to end at the side right here. So look at it. Can you see? So this is on the side. This is the front, side, and back. Look at the way it went across over the back. This is the back part. So it's time for us to create our bow. Don't forget we have this bow, and I'm just going to make like a regular bow going in and out and creating a gather. And the crinoline inside is going to give it strength, like I said earlier. So look at it. Can you see? So you're going to pass your needle and thread inside, right at the middle, and then you're going to tie it all up. You tie it all. Can you see? So you must have a piece of ASO OKE that you're going to fold. You can fold it just the way I did so that we can use it to cover the center part. So you can decide to still use your needle and thread, okay, to tack it down, or you can prefer to use your glue to just glue it down. Now, both will have different outcome. So let's say you want to have like a flat back. You want to have like a flat back. Glue is your best or better method. But if you don't mind having a back that is bulky, you can just simply tack it down like this. So I'm going to choose the other method of gluing it down. So I need to cut the excess on this side. Apply some glue here because I want the back to be flat. So I place it down, but I'm not cutting this thread because I'm still going to need it to tack the bow to the Zara cap. So I apply some glue. I'm just trying to avoid my fingers right there because this thing can be so hot. Can you see? So when you are done, you can just cut off the extra fabric. Yes, you're still going to use something like a trimming or lace patch or applique to cover that part. But for now, let's just leave it as it is. Great. So this is what you should have at the end of the day. So when you are done, you're going to decide if you want your bow to stand or to sit flat. But from the design that I'm trying to replicate, the bow is standing flat right here on the side. Now, this may not be enough to cover this entire part, and that is where your lace patch can come in later. But I think I'm going to start around here. You can pin it down. Can you see? You can pin it down. Then this back part, by the time you're using your trimming or applique to cover it, you can just use it to cover this entire part completely. So now let's tag this to the Zara cap. Let's tack it to the Zara cap, and then just watch what I'm doing. So can you see what it looks like? Look at the front, the side, the back. So I'm going to be using this trimming or this applique just to cover it, and then we are done with this Zara cap. You see how I used it to cover it very neatly. That is how I expect your work to come out looking beautiful. So you're going to use it to cover all the rough edges so that it can look very neat. Feel free to use as many applique that you want or any applique, whatever that you desire. So this is the front, side, back, and we are done. So let's go to the styling of this beautiful Zara cap.